The horse should have been put in a stall out of my way.
He said, just shoo the horse away, it'll be fine. You can drive in.
She was struck by a car, sir.
I was in shock. I didn't want to see that animal die.
My baby,
That's completely unreasonable.
If you want to fight, I can get you boxing gloves, but we're not here for that. My first case ever with worms.
Come here, Sophie. Get him, Rusty.
Can I say something?
No. If she hadn't had an oral agreement, how do you do? I know you've all been sworn. I have read your complaint, ma'am. You're suing for negligence on the part of the defendant for losing a horse?
This is correct.
Where was the horse kept?
At my parents' residence in Gilroy, California.
Gilroy?
Correct.
Is that where the garlic is
Yep,
grown?
that's it.
Okay. Tell me what happened, ma'am.
Okay. On August 13th, they were scheduled to make a hay delivery to
Who's they?
The Silva Ranches, to the residents, and there's a barn which is inside of a pasture where my mare was kept, and that's where the hay was supposed to be delivered to. Upon arriving...
Had they ever been there before?
Yes, they had.
How many times?
I think about 2 or 3 times. I'm not positive on that.
Okay.
As pertaining to the CHP report, if I can hand that to you.
Thank you.
Upon arriving up to the gate, the mare was at the gate, so he tried to throw some rocks at her to get her to go away from the gate, and at that point...
Did you see this all?
I didn't. This is pertaining to the CHP report that he reported to the CHP officer. He then proceeded to open the gate, even though he did not have the situation under control. The mare he was chasing her, she was running around. He opened the gate and went back to get in the hay truck and drive through the gates, and at that point she ran out and ran into the street.
Okay,
Yes,
I
ma'am.
wasn't there, but my driver was there, so he could tell the whole story, but...
That's what I'm going to listen to him now.
Okay.
The truth of the matter is, I jumped the fence, looked at her barn, found where her hay went, petted the horse, went up to the gate, shushed her away from the gate. She ran 3/4 of the way back into that pasture area. The horse should have been put in a stall out of my way. When I got in the truck to pull the truck through the gate, she spun, she vaulted. I tried to stop her, I couldn't stop her, and she ran out in the road and unfortunately was killed.
Sir, before we proceed any further, since the horse is no longer with us, I did bring a video so we could see what she looked like while she was alive. There you go, sir. I also have some pictures.
Would you tell us what we're looking at?
This is what we're watching here. This is the Cow Palace Grand National Horse Show. This is one of my jumping rounds. This was in 1988. We proceeded to get the show champion at this horse show, which is a pretty good honor in a show career.
Was the horse worth as much in 1998 as it was in 88?
Well, to me, she was priceless. Probably not because she was older, everything as it ages.
What was the fair market value of the horse
I believe
at the time of the death?
To be was $4,000.
What do you base that on?
I base that on putting $5,000 into her just several years ago, which I have some bills here I'll also hand to you, from UC Davis, which is an animal hospital. We had surgery to keep her alive. She had an intestinal problem.
When was that?
That was July of '95.
What was the life expectancy of the horse?
She probably had 5 years left in her.
Let me ask you a question. At this gate, is there a way of notifying you or anyone in charge of the place that here I am, I'm a delivery person, I have some hay to deliver, your horse is at the gate, would
Yes,
you please
sir.
take charge of your horse?
Yes, sir. There's a house right next to the gate where the barn is. There's pictures of the gate.
Well, is there anyone there?
Yes,
all the time?
Yes, I have 2 grandmothers that live there. Neither of them drive. They're there all the time. He did go to the door to tell her after the fact that he was there to deliver hay and there was an accident and the horse was killed. I have a written statement from her saying that
How was the horse killed?
she was struck by a car, sir.
May I interject something?
In just one moment, ma'am.
Okay.
I also have a written statement from my father, who could not be here today. He was called by my grandmother after the accident and then was then on the scene.
Okay.
I have a statement from my husband that her father said, when my husband said he did not want to deliver with loose animals, he said, just shoo the horse away, it'll be fine. You can drive in.
Who said that?
Her father told my husband. He
Well,
says, I
that's
don't like
hearsay.
to
He's
deliver.
not
When was
here
that?
to say whether
I
he
have a
said that or
statement
not.
to that effect
From the father?
from my husband.
Oh, from your husband.
He said that because we don't normally deliver to when there are loose horses. There was a box stall on the property. The horse could have been confined.
Well, let me ask you, Mr. Betancourt, did you ever think of, had you ever delivered there before?
Not to that particular residence, no.
Did you notice that there was a bell or a way to contact someone in there?
The two elderly ladies that were there,
Yes.
even after the accident, didn't know who I were, didn't understand the thing that I was saying. I mean, 95 out of 100 times, I shush the horses away, they go away from the gate, they leave you alone. The minute I opened that gate and went to drive that truck through, there's no way that I could have stopped her. She wasn't gonna stop.
Well, the question is whether you should have opened the gate at all.
She was running away from me. She was way back in there. When I went to the truck to proceed through the gates, she just turned and started running, and when I tried to stop her, she would have gone over the top of me. She wasn't gonna stop.
How old are your grandmothers?
I think 78 and 76. They're competent. They know what's going on. They're not senile. They fully understood what was going on that
Well, I
day.
would hope at that age you wouldn't be senile.
Yes, they're fully competent.
I have an order from that he placed the order on how to get into the hay barn and everything. All it says on it is close the gates. This is the hay delivery order he specified for that day in the morning when no one would be there.
Sir, you said that you didn't deliver to this address before.
Right.
According to this statement,
One of our other
witness
workers.
one had delivered to this before and just threw some rocks at the horse to get it to move away from the gate. When the horse walked away, witness one got back into his truck. Witness one then observed the horse going towards the gate again. Witness one got out of his truck and tried to stop the horse, but it kept galloping, went through the gate and so on.
That was
Is this incorrect, sir?
there is one other driver that probably had delivered to that house before.
No, but it says, no, this says witness one Betancourt.
Then that would be me.
That's your statement that was attributed
right.
to the highway patrolman. Well, I say, is it incorrect?
No, she was away from the gate. She was moving away from the gate.
Well, it sounds different than where you related it to me, sir.
Well, at the time that just happened, I was kind of in shock too. I didn't want to see the animal killed.
Well, do you think your memory was better then or better now?
Better now, because at the time I was in shock. I didn't want to see that animal die.
Did you see it happen?
Yes, I had a front row seat.
Also,
Do you have any idea about the value of a horse?
Yeah, I do. I have a 32-year-old horse. The value of her would be 62 cents a pound, times 1,000 pounds. That's what they would be worth. Sentimental value was priceless. Realistically, maybe $1,000.
If you had to buy one
well,
that
the
old,
fact that I just invested $5,000 into her on surgery to prolong her life, hoping she would be with me a lot longer than this. That's why I placed her value.
but if I put
higher
a
than
new
1,000.
engine in a 10-year-old car, I might not get too much more for it because it's 10 years old, irrespective of whether it has a new engine. But you couldn't put a new engine in the horse.
But I also, in part of my claim, had negligent infliction of emotional distress, and I have a letter here from my chiropractor on that matter. All I know is she was a member of the family.
Not the chiropractor.
No, the horse. And after having for 21 years, it's still very hard.
Well, I'm not doubting that, and I'm not trying to make light of it either. I hope you understand that. I'm not making light of it. What does the chiropractor do for you?
She adjusts my spine.
That's supposed to help your emotions?
It helps me. I train, I do triathlons and runs. I see her every now and then for when you stress your body, you know, you get a lot going on in your spine. At this time, after the accident, I was under a lot of stress and had an extreme amount of pain in my upper neck, which I didn't tell her why I was having all this pain at the beginning because it was too hard to talk about. And she finally kept asking, what's going on? Are you training? Did something happen in your training? She could tell from my back wouldn't adjust what was going on, that I had a high level of stress
Okay,
at
we'll
that
take a
time.
short recess. I'll come back, give you my decision.
I've come up against dogs with and without leashes, without the owners, and I've never been attacked before until this time.
Teeth, top and bottom. If they bit, I think it would have got in.
It did tear my shirt. It went through my shorts and my skivvies.
Remain seated and come to order. This court is again in session.
Well, the defendant had to deliver some hay to the plaintiff. Unfortunately, it ended up in tragedy. We're not dealing here with a criminal case, and we're not dealing here with intent to harm anyone. We're dealing with human frailty. Human frailty is defined as negligence, failure to use what we call ordinary or reasonable care. No one is accusing the driver of intentionally doing anything. And unfortunately, he had to witness the death of this horse, and that's not easy for any human being. The point is this: the horse was loose. The driver comes up to the gate and he sees it. He has to deliver the hay. He has to get in the gate without the horse getting out. There are some people there he could contact. His testimony indicates they didn't seem to know what they were doing. Maybe they were in the same shock that he was in after they found out the horse was killed. What I'm saying, in effect, is that I think the driver should have taken greater precaution to get that hay in there without the horse getting out. And if he couldn't do it, deliver the hay without the horse getting out, then he shouldn't have delivered the hay. I know that's a dilemma, but nevertheless, it's very important that we take these precautions. The question here basically is what should the amount of the judgment be? I think I'm giving plaintiff the benefit of the doubt, maybe fair market value of the horse as a piece of personal property without the sentiment or anything else attached to it. The horse had had major surgery in '95, was 28 years old. I know how attached you were to him, but that's not the relevant part now that I have to decide. So if I allow you $1,000 for the horse, as the driver suggests, if we pay your chiropractor the additional bill that he charged to help you get over the emotional problem, $650, $1,750 for your emotional distress, it's a judgment for plaintiff for $3,400.
If it were my animal, I'd make sure that it couldn't get out because there's no double gate where you can take the truck part way in and then close one gate behind you. It's always safer to lock the horse up.
There's no way I could have possibly stopped that horse. She would have went over the top of me. The one thing that I learned is from now on, I'll even starve. I won't try and deliver it anymore. I'll just take it back and let the horses starve. Not a problem. I won't make the same mistake again. And she claimed emotional duress. What a joke. For the past 2 weeks, I had to listen to its next snap.
She was gentle. She was willing to please, just would do anything, never would do a bad thing. For For the driver to say that he almost got trampled is a joke in my eyes because she was a pony. She's not going to trample anybody.